Welcome to Fierce Fit Feminine and Other F Words, a place for women in business to learn more about health, beauty, body language, and communication. I'm Christine Brunelli, chiropractor and former beauty salon owner turned certified image consultant, helping you glow from the inside out. Today, I'm going to talk about how we can glow through the holidays, enjoy the holidays, and not have any regrets when we button our jeans on January 1st. That's right, because we're going to get a jump start on those new year, new me, new you resolutions. Are you ready? Let's dive in. I don't know if you're like me, but I am very famous for, in my head, I don't say it out loud, in my head, I'm going to get better at, I don't know, let's just say it's working out at the gym. I'm going to pick something out of the hat. I'm going to get better at going to the gym 3 days a week, but I'm going to start on Monday because I can't do it now because I have a soccer game for my kids. I have this coming up, that coming up. I'll just never make it. So I'm going to start on Monday. And then Monday rolls around and it's raining and you just worked all day and you're tired and you don't go Monday and you say, I'm going to start Tuesday. Okay, how about this one? I'm going to go sugar-free. I'm going to go sugar-free for an entire 30 days and you choose a month. And let's just pull October out of a hat. I'm going to pull October out of the blue. And this is what I'll do. This is in my mind. This is what I do. I'm going to go sugar-free. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do it in October because that's my birthday month. We'll do it in November. And then, we just go to town in October and then November rolls around. Then is the holidays and we have another excuse. Somebody invites us over for Friendsgiving and there's, sweets on the table and then it gets postponed. And all of these things happen. They get postponed and pushed back because we always have a reason. Like we always are thinking there's something coming up that's going to interrupt my goal and I'm setting myself up for success. So I'm going to procrastinate and start it on this date. And then that date comes along and it doesn't happen. Are you with me? Am I the only one? I can't be the only one because I see what the gyms look like every Monday and then what they look like every Friday or Saturday. And it's like, I'm going to start out like a great week and then we fizzle out by the week. There's always a reason that pulls us away. How in the world can we get through the holidays wanting to maintain or be better, maintain how we are, our health, our vitality, our size, maintain how we are so that we're not for the worse off on January 1st? How can we do that? Is it possible to do that? I'm here to tell you it is. It is. And I have done it. I've actually gone through, and this is not a weight loss episode per se. This is more, it could be anything. It could be, I don't want to have 2 or 3 glasses too many of wine. I just want 1 glass of wine. It's sugar. It interrupts my sleep. It doesn't help me sleep. And it's 135 calories a glass. And, 3 glasses of wine later, and I'm only, up to 500 calories almost. Like we have all of these things that I know play in our head. And I know that a lot of people just say, forget about it in December. I'm just going to live life. I'm going to enjoy life. And then I'm going to regret it on January 1st, but I'll start that resolution and be healthier on January 1st. What if you don't have to wait until January? And what if you don't have to restrict? What if I said you could do stuff without having a fast of gluten or a fast of sugar or a fast of alcohol and still be just as healthy or maybe a little bit healthier on January 1st. My girl, you can do it. And this is what it's called. Fill up on the good stuff first. Okay? So here's what I mean by that. Let's start with food because December is famous. Well, we start in November in the United States, but December is really bad. It's famous for all the sweets, overeating, overindulgence in everything. There's usually more wine, more cocktails, more sugar. And that is why on January 1st, we're going, oh my gosh, look at these jeans. They don't fit me the way, I'm not even going to go for jeans. I'm putting on leggings. So if we can instead go into the holidays this year, filling up on all the things that we know we should be filling up on. Think of it in terms of healthy proteins, healthy fats first. I'm talking about healthy proteins, lean proteins, good things that give your body the protein it needs. Not saying don't have your carbs. I'm saying more protein first, more good carbohydrates first. And by good carbohydrates, I mean raw fruits and vegetables first. So a nice piece of protein on your plate and a heavy salad on your plate. Don't even touch anything with a high glycemic index until you eat those two things first. By the time you're done eating, you can have your dessert, but you're not going to eat as much of it. You can have, let's say sweet potato pie is on the table. Sweet potato casserole. Oh my gosh, I used to make this. My daughter just said, we just finished Thanksgiving holiday here in the United States as I'm recording this. And she said, why don't you make sweet potato casserole anymore? It was my favorite thing on the Thanksgiving table. And I said, you know why? Because it's a dessert. It shouldn't be on the table for dinner. It has so much sugar and butter in it, and it just messes up everybody's blood sugar. They conk out after dinner, and I want you to feel good while you're eating dinner. I don't want you to feel like a blob or spike your sugar, blood sugar, and then crash afterward. She's like, I think we should have it again. So she's putting in a request. Now, this is my daughter who had, and still struggles, but she really suffered from severe eating disorder with anorexia. And I'm dialed into what she says. So if she wants something sweet like that, I'm going to roll it into our holiday meals, but I'm going to make sure for my personal experience, I don't put my fork in sweet potato casserole first. Because when you do, you know that sugar is addictive. Anything with heavy butter, addictive. And butter is a good fat if you don't abuse it. But the sugar is the bad part, right? It's the part that makes you like want to eat and eat and eat. It's not satisfying. Protein, even though you might not crave it, satisfies, makes you feel more full. Salads, raw vegetables, and fruit have high fiber. It makes you feel more full. If you can fill up your plate with those, and it can be a cooked vegetable as well, but go for the low glycemic vegetables, the things that are not high sugar. And if you don't know what I mean by low glycemic, do a Google search for low glycemic foods and high glycemic foods. You will see what I mean by that. Glycemic index is an index that shows you how much a food affects your blood sugar. Okay. It also, when it affects your blood sugar, it affects how you store fat, and it affects how you gain weight, and it affects how you feel. It affects so many different things. So if you choose vegetables that are on the low glycemic side, then fill up on that. And then go to your dessert, and you're not going to want to eat half a pie. You're not going to want to indulge. A small piece is going to make you feel happy. It really does work. It's amazing how it works. Fill up on the good stuff first. And when I mean fill up, I mean don't even put high glycemic or sugary foods in front of you until you have a healthy protein and a nice sized salad. Like I want you to feel like a rabbit eating lettuce and all the goodness that's in a salad, okay? And if you use salad dressings that are pre-made, purchased in a store, choose salad dressings with less sugar in them because those aren't helping either. We're looking at controlling the sugar so that we don't crave more sugar when we go to have our sweets. That way we can enjoy. Now that's the food part. So you don't have to restrict. Eat your sweets, but fill up on the good stuff first. Let your plate be full of the healthiness, and don't pay attention to all the things that everybody else is eating. And when they're talking about how good that thing is that you don't have on your plate yet, no, I'm going to eat this first. I'm strategic because I want to feel good on January 1st. I'm going to fill up here. Save me a piece of that because I'm coming for it after I eat this. I don't have enough room for it on my plate right now. You don't have to make a big deal out of it, right? Then go in and get a piece of whatever that sweet is. Save it for after you're full. Now, this is the same thing for alcohol. Alcohol is sneaky. Am I right? It is so sneaky, especially when you're having a great time. One glass of wine or one cocktail is done and you're like, what in the world? How did that happen so fast? What is wrong with me? And so next thing you know, you're in your second one and the night is still young and you know you want to pace yourself. You know you don't want the sugar from the alcohol or the alcohol itself, which we know the older we get, the worse we sleep when we drink it. It's just fact. It is terrible. I was just talking to someone who's 10 years younger than I am. I'm in my 50s. She's in her 40s, and it's affecting her. Because I said, I don't know about you, but I can't. I can have one glass of wine. I'm okay. But, beyond that, my sleep is disrupted. It's not as restful. And I don't look good the next day. It just affects me in more ways than one. And it's affecting her too. So how about you pour your glass of wine or whatever it is with your holiday meals, but you're drinking water. You're drinking water with your meal, and then you're sipping the wine instead of having the wine and then maybe sipping the water. Water first. Water is filling. Water makes you feel hydrated. We actually get dehydrated when we drink alcohol anyway. So have that cocktail or wine with dinner, but fill up on the good food and the water first and sip the cocktail. Get yourself to a place where you can control with intention what is on your plate. Think about what you're eating. Think about what you're drinking. Be intentional with it. And if you're a 2 cocktail girl or a 2 glass of wine girl, what about this? Why don't you go through and say, I'm still going to have my, spirited drink, whatever it is of choice, but I'm only going to have 1 instead of 2. You can still enjoy it. You don't have to have 2. After that 1 is gone, move to pure water or move to sparkling water. Put some kind of fruit in it to make it look festive. Plan ahead, and that way you can still enjoy it, but you're not overindulging. Okay, so that's covering your food and your drink. And I would also say, if you're an eggnog or a Bailey's and coffee, one of those creamy, rich, yummy, delicious things that add to your weight, your blood sugar spikes, and the jeans not buttoning so well on January 1st, I would maybe consider the same exact thing. If that's your dessert, fill up on everything I just talked about first. Save that for a dessert, but maybe have a smaller portion. Maybe it's not going to be the full size. Let yourself enjoy it so that you don't feel deprived, because that is the thing that gets us in trouble. I used to be a very pro-level, expert-level restrictor. I can tell you it's not healthy. I used to be so good at no white sugar, no white flour, no alcohol, no dairy, all the things. I am really good at it. And I also notice when other people do it, now that I had a daughter that went through anorexia, I'm dialed in. And that's not to say that I won't go through dry January. This 2024 is coming up. I'll run the Dry January Challenge because I love the idea of helping us feel better. We get better sleep. Our skin is more radiant. There are so many benefits, and it helps us become more aware of our alcohol intake and how it makes us look and feel. But so I will restrict for that, for like challenges to bring awareness, but not to punish myself. If I want to enjoy a spiked eggnog or a Bailey's and coffee, I want to enjoy it, but I don't want to use that as an overindulgence. I would rather be filled up on all the things first that my body needs, craves, and wants, that is going to make me full so that I don't overindulge in the things that typically people would say restrict. Cut that out of your diet in December. You don't have to. Now, here's the secret sauce, and I share this with my clients in my program, and I'm giving it to you here for free. Here's the thing I want you to say every time you go to a holiday party or you go to a holiday dinner: never hungry, never full. So I've said the word full here. What I mean is I want you to fill up your plate with the healthy stuff before you have the sweets and the indulgence. Never hungry, never full. I don't want you to get so hungry and ravenous that you'll eat anything. And I don't want you to feel so full that you can't enjoy what you want to enjoy, or that you're too full and it just makes you feel sluggish. Too full is either sluggish or overeating, and it's just going to be converted to fat. And you don't want that, right? Never hungry, never full is a beautiful place to live. It's where your blood sugar is even keel. It's where you're feeling good. And I'll tell you, when you are making healthier choices this way, when you're approaching the holidays with, I don't want to be 5 pounds heavier on January 1st. I don't want to look dull on January 1st, tired on January 1st. I want to not have to set a resolution or a new intention for the new year for my health. I want to start now. Then let's be intentional with never hungry, never full. Let's not let ourselves get so famished that when we get to that holiday party, or we're so busy preparing our own holiday party that we forget to eat the good stuff, the healthy macronutrients, the proteins, the fats, and the crunchy carbohydrates that grew in the ground at one point, right? They're not carbohydrates from a bag. Not carbohydrates that have preservatives in them, like raw fruits and vegetables or a nice healthy cooked vegetable. Fill up on those first, because you know if you're famished and you're hungry, you're going to eat whatever is in front of you. Even that charcuterie board, if you have a charcuterie board, which I love them, who doesn't? I mean, that's a full-on meal. When you go to Italy, I've shared a bottle of wine and a charcuterie board for 2 hours with a friend, and I was full. That was a meal. It has processed meats, processed cheeses, sugary jams, right? Think about it. The cheeses aren't bad for you, but there's processing. The meats are salted. They're processed big time. And so the wine has sugar in it. Even things like that. Probably the best thing on the charcuterie board is the nuts, or if there are any like raw vegetables or raw fruit. Everything else is processed or has sugar in it. So think about it. Be intentional when you're going into the holiday season in how you feed your body. Think about it now so that you don't have to regret it in January. It can be done. Now, here's the final thing I want to leave you with. It's a shorty episode because we can do this. I'm doing it with you. You've got to commit to moving your body at least 5 days a week. I know you've gone from you don't even do anything right now. You're lucky if you get up from, your car to the kitchen to make dinner. You're tired after working all day, and then you sit and you're sitting on your phone or your laptop and you're not moving. But girl, you've got to start intentional movement. If you are not exercising, that's intentional movement is my code word for exercise. But when I say exercise, it's like a 4-letter word to so many. And when I say intentional, I don't mean intense. You don't have to do a HIIT workout. You don't have to go drench yourself to breathlessness, but you should be moving. And if you are a sedentary, and I don't mean sedentary like blob that sits in a chair all day, you can be sedentary, meaning you sit in a chair all day. You're not obese and overweight, but you're not where you want to be, and you are deconditioned. You can get breathless. If you had to go up a whole bunch of stairs straight up, it would get you winded. If you had to lift heavy things and move them all day, let's say you're stacking something like boxes in a garage and they're all 25 and 30 pounds, you would be sore the next day. Okay, that's deconditioned. Okay, so I want you to start going into the rest of this month moving your body with intention. Start with brisk walks. They're free. Go 15 minutes. If you think you don't have time, you've got that. Then start finding some way to lift heavy things. I don't know. If you have a gym membership, then start going and doing some weight training 2 to 3 days a week. If you don't have that, find something heavy in your house and lift it up and down, okay? Get yourself accustomed to lifting heavy things. And here's the easiest thing you can do if you don't want to do that. Do body weight exercises. You can find them for free on YouTube. Body weight, you can shape your whole body with just body weight exercises. And by that, I mean push-ups, crab walks, all kinds of stuff that you can do using your body weight on the floor, tricep dips, leaning on stairs. There are so many things that will make you feel stronger. And you only have to give yourself 15 minutes a day. If you're doing nothing right now, 15 minutes, your body is going to go, whoa, this is awesome. And it will start to tone. You'll rev your metabolism and you will feel better. It will help you sleep more. Those 3 tips are going to help you go through the holidays in a healthier, more glowy way so that on January 1st, you're not going to have any regrets. And what's the thing I want you to remember? Never hungry, never full. Protein Healthy carbohydrates on the plates first. Low glycemic food on the plate. Save the high glycemic little treats for after. Full glasses of water with your meal, sipping your cocktail. Limit your drink to 1 alcoholic drink instead of more than that, and move your body. Those 3 things are going to help you look and feel fabulous by January 1st. All right, my friend, I hope this was helpful. I'll be back next week, same time, same place. And until then, have a fierce, fit, feminine, and fabulous day.